Hey everyone, welcome to Esther 6 and Daily Revelations. We are going through this chapter a little bit differently because I'm recovering from my surgery. This is the second to last video before I am back live on Monday, but definitely wanted you to dig into today with looking at just how Mordecai was paraded, and hope you got some things out of that, as well as just how do others praise you and how do you handle that. So but the thing that I looked at while I was looking at this chapter was that the king himself had no clear idea of what it meant to honor somebody other than himself, and so he sought an advisor, which is probably a good idea, because being honored as a king versus being honored as maybe somebody working for the king is different. And he had no idea what that was because he's never lived that lifestyle. And so therefore, he sought an advisor, which Haman ended up being the only one available that early in the morning. We've already talked about that. But it made me think about how oftentimes what we think is something honorable that God should do in our lives because we've done something, or we should be honored by other people for other things, is very different than God's view of honor or other people's view of how they should honor us. And we need to understand that our perspective of how others are treating us and honoring us, we need to accept however it comes. And so whether that's a child that pulls a weed out of the ground that has flour on it and gives it to you as mom, that's honoring, isn't it? We love that. But when someone does something that seems kind of squirrely, like, doing something that you're like, what? Why did I get this thing in the mail from this person, or this advice from somebody who I hardly even know? Well, that is kind of their way of trying to help, trying to honor you, trying to be part of your life. And it's sometimes hard to accept because we don't understand everything behind the gift. Thankfully, the gifts that God gives us are extremely well thought out, much more than some other people in our lives, like that aunt long ago that you got an ugly sweater from when you were a kid and you never wanted to wear. I didn't have that, but I know there are many who have that story. So, but people choose to honor us, and how they choose to honor us is based on their perspective. And God chooses to honor us based on his perspective of us. And that's sometimes hard to take because we think we deserve something for what we did, and God knows what we deserve. It's not always in agreement with what we think we deserve. But we need to accept that and acknowledge that God is doing something in my life to bring honor and glory, not only to me, but even more so to him. And that is what my job is as a vessel to give him worship. So I hope that clarifies that a little bit. Thank you for joining me on Daily Revelations today and for reading Esther 6, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye, everyone.